A favorite Loyalist Traitor Space Marine chapter. Quinn, you can go first if you like.
Favorite Loyalist? Lehman Russ. Favorite, well, I wouldn't say favorite, but the one I have most sympathetic to, Traitor, would be Angron.
Okay, and why basically?
Why Lehman? Well, because he's got that brash exterior that everybody thinks is his true persona. In reality, there's a lot more complexity to him. I think he has not been fully appreciated by people that have a hate on for Space Wolves, which is fine. But if you actually read the nuanced material that's been provided for him, there's a lot more depth to him, and he's a lot more sympathetic than people realize. He's not about himself. He's actually doing everything he can to prevent his brothers from making the slide into him having to deal with them, with the final solution being removing 2 Primarchs already from the picture. As for Angron, well, he didn't really have much of a choice. His mind was compromised by the Butcher's Nails. The Emperor did him dirty by removing him from his people instead of helping them when he could have easily helped and stopped the carnage going on in the gladiatorial pits. And I don't think he had much of a choice when he slid, but all of the other ones, it was their choice. So they were weak characters, very little moral fiber in them. So I have no sympathy for the other Primarchs that fell to chaos.
Okay, although you can also look at things from another angle. Why would you have, the Trader Primarch is a favorite Primarch? I mean, to us, this is a bit a crazy concept because we don't have any soft spot for any villain because they're villains.
Exactly.
So in order for us to have a favorite, we have to somehow, appreciate something about them that has some kind of a contribution to the story. In what other way we can measure this when we don't like, negative characters because they're negative characters technically?
That's why I said sympathy and not favorite.
Yeah.
I have sympathy for him, but I don't have him as a favorite.
That's very good to know. Okay, Logan, I'm gonna go last.
Go. Was it now actually also in favorite chapter, or we go with the Primarchs first?
Oh yeah, you're correct. So yeah, we are talking about favorite Loyalist Traitor Space Marine chapter.
Yeah, we can do in the Primarchs. So we have also in that there.
Okay.
So let's go with Primarchs and then we go to chapters. I'd say.
Okay.
To actually totally agree with the Queen from the little things that I know, because I got into the things, but I would choose Rimaros Trio because of everything I read now about Space Wolves and about him. I still have to read the book just about him, but when I finish the Ragnar stuff. But yeah, he really seems like a guy who really cares also, not just this brute that hits stuff and, because Vikings in space and everything else. And yeah, I was also thinking about the traitor. I would also say Angron, exactly because of that he kind of didn't have exactly a choice in the situation. It's also it's kind of like a Anakin died Vader story to me, which means that maybe he could have had a different path, but because of the Butcher's Nails and everything around him, he couldn't rise to be better, let's say. But I really think he could, so I really feel kind of sympathy to that. Although it was actually some inner strength that he needed to overcome that, and even then, actually, there we see a good example of when Limanus was sent to basically, fight, but he still wanted to make the best of the situation.
And talk to him.
And talk to him, yes. But still, and Angron is the only one who actually broke his frost weapon. So in that battle, so really these two will be my choice, because as you said, I cannot say that I have a favorite villain even in comics or things like that. I like some of them, but favorite, because can I say that the Joker is my favorite? No, because that's a crazy guy.
Yeah.
but someone who has some redeeming quality or actually had a chance to do something better. But the situation didn't take him, so this will be my choice.
Okay, then Quinn missed to say anything about a chapter, but Quinn, I know what you're going to say, but if you wish, go before I go.
Well, as it follows, if it's Lehman Russ, then it's got to be the Wolves, the Vilka Fenrika.
Yeah, okay, so to sum up, favorite Loyalist chapter, Space Wolves. Favorite Primarch that's also Loyalist is Lehman Russ. Favorite, Traitor Primarch is Angron for both of you. So
yeah, and also favorite chapter against Space Wolves. So
yeah.
So we got them.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so now it's me. Okay. So, favorite Primarch is going to be Sanguinius, #1, and a lot of people know that already, but yeah, favorite Primarch is Sanguinius. Favorite chapter, the Blood Angels, although I'm like in between the Space Wolves as well and the Salamanders. It's very hard to pick this time. I mean, I know that I love Sanguinius the most, and then I love Gilliman, and then, Lehman Russ, etc. Actually, Rogoldon, and then Lehman Russ, but it's very hard to pick because they all have such great qualities that I appreciate. But, I'm just gonna say the Blood Angels for now because it's really, really hard for me to pick one because I resonate with the Salamanders a lot and to some extent with the Space Wolves as well. And the trader thing, okay, favorite trader chapter. Actually, did we miss that?
Oh yeah, me and Queen didn't say about it.
Yeah, I think we missed that.
Go Queen.
World Eaters. World Eaters, because they're just brutally honest about what they do.
Well, they're like Angron, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, yours?
Blood for the Blood God.
Well, from what I know, for now, that might change, but for now I would say the Thousand Suns, because they always have a group with the Space Wolves, and I kind of like that dynamic. So, also they are Egyptian based, and I like also ancient Egypt, so that's kind of a good thing for them.
Okay, and then I would say actually the Alpha Legion for my favorite, once again, favorite not Loyalist chapter, because they also maybe they're Loyalists as well somehow.
Sneaky.
Some way, the Alfarius part of the Legion maybe are around somewhere, and they're doing something behind everyone's back that is actually, for the Emperor somehow. I don't know. But yeah, I like them because they're very, very different and they do things very differently. They're like the secret agents, the Assassin's Creed of of the Space Marines. So yeah. Anything to add, guys?
I think no.
I think that covers it, yeah.
Okay, let's see what the guys are saying before we move on to the next topic that you picked. So I suffered from he's talking about that. You're talking about the Dragon Age clips enough, so I don't want to see them any further in my timeline. Well,
we'll give you a signal when we start.
That's gonna be at the end of the stream, yeah. Daniel says favorite Loyalist is the Khan, the only character in the 40k that uses his head.
Oh, Jagatai Khan.
Okay, but why is he the only one that uses his head? I mean, everyone else...
Because he likes to headbutt.
Okay. Favorite Loyalist... okay, favorite Primarch, Loyalist, Sanguinius, Jagatai Khan, the Rose God. Okay, Mr. YouTube.
Is he roasting people?
I'm not sure exactly what he means there, so if you want to clarify. Daniel says Angron was pretty much turned against his will as well. Yeah, exactly. Oh, I didn't say my Primarch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I forgot. My Trader Primarch favorite is Horus. Here is he over there, and I put the description down below of the artist who did all of these. I think only without this one, and this is an original Space Wolf from GW art. But this I didn't find who did this, but the other ones is one artist. Anyway, so yeah, it is Horus because his downfall is very, very interesting. It goes for a while, It is about ego. It's about, I mean, it teaches, I mean, it could teach you a lot about how not to be a freaking hypocrite when you see that someone is doing great stuff and not so great stuff, and then you try to point a finger towards them, and then you do worse, and you become worse, but you're still pointing the finger at them. That is what Horus did with his father, basically. And he was so easily manipulated in his hubris and huge inflated ego that, I mean, that's what chaos did to him and to his perception of the emperor, all those things. So to me this is very, very fascinating. Of course, the fall of Fulgrim is also very fascinating, but I think that from all the Primarchs that are traitors, Horus was the one that, well, hurts the most, of course, the one that did the most damage, and the one that's like deeper than everyone else's fall to chaos. So that's why Horus is my number one traitor Primarch. Okay. Keeping up with the comments, I was gonna say keeping up with the Kardashians.
Well,
For no
they
reason.
are not loyalists.
Yeah, keeping up with the comments. The commendation.
The commendations, okay.
Okay. So Daniel says, no, I'm on Mr. YouTube. Favorite Primarch, Trader, Perturabo, and Gron. Okay, why Perturabo though, guys? He's like always, he's always like falling off some lists. I mean, lastly I'm thinking about Perturabo for whatever reason it is. He's just the last thing on my mind. And most traitors are boring, according to Daniel. I don't think so. I don't think anyone is boring. Maybe Perturabo, just a little bit. Just a little bit. What do you think about Perturabo, Gwen?
Jealous of Rogel Dorn.
Aha, because they're always comparing how to do warfare?
Well, that, and just trying to one-up him and get one over on Rogel, and Rogel always seems to be one step ahead of him until he came to the maze.
Yeah, he's kind of like a sorry loser, isn't he?
Yeah, a little bit of a sore loser.
Yeah.
But his chapter, if it's who I think it is, it's the Iron Wars, they're pretty cool. I'd say they're probably my second, in quotes, favorite traitor legion. The Iron Warriors, because they don't align to any one particular chaos god. So their anger against the Emperor is pure. As pure as it can get.
Okay, that's a cool point as well. Okay, and if we don't get Fulgrim versus the Khan and the Webway, I quit 40k. Oh my gosh. There are so many loose ends in the lore that I'm like waiting, and I just want something substantial to happen in the lore. That's another topic that we actually could discuss some other time, but yeah, it's gonna be very, very important and cool if that happens. And Mr. YouTube says, I did a while ago a Loyalist chapter quiz, and the result was I'm more of a Blood Angel and Space Wolves type. Very weird, but I welcome it. You should not put your faith in those quizzes. They're always very gimmicky and kind of like a talk show / girl magazine kind of a thing that's usually made for kids.
Yeah, and
kids
also if you know a main characteristic of the characters or the things that are quizzed about, you can kind of guess what answer you need to get your thing.
Yeah, which is dumb.
Exactly.
I mean, it has no purpose. You either know which ones you like and dislike, or you don't.
Yeah, I mean, I've always done things like that about superheroes, you know, a long time ago, and I always got Wolverine, and I saved it. I know what to answer, yes. So they always show things like that.
Yeah, and how to loot as well in the chat. And Mr. YouTube says Perturabo mostly carried the Horus Heresy and get done. Okay, what do you think about that one?
What do I think about Peter Turner? Yeah, well, it was just like it was a war against the Iron Warriors and the Imperial Fist, wasn't it? Rogel stood up for the Imperium and he held the bastions against Peter Turbo's onslaught. So, yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, I mean, of course, every Primarch is written in such a way that they do have a role, of course, but in the grand scheme of things, that's how I'm looking at things. Perturabo is like the least one that stood out compared to his brothers, the
Yes.
traitor brothers. That's how I see it, because we always talk about the other Primarchs and their journey and how they went through everything. And Perturabo's story is just a bit less contrasted, let's say.
Yeah, his
Well,
name
it's
is
like
always
people
the
that
one
enjoy
we
white
least.
scars. People that enjoy white scars and the Khan and Korax get very little recognition in story and lore, and they could do with a lot more flavor added to them. They're all deserving in one way or another, having something reflecting on them that shines them in a positive light, or at least in a more fleshed out light.
Yeah, I mean, that's a very good point. They all deserve to be more fleshed out, yes, of course.
I wouldn't mind seeing more lore for the Khan and Korax, and even some of the lesser known traitor Primarchs, like Alfarius got very little. Peter Turbo. Mortarion got something when he was fighting against Gilliman in the last books.
Yeah. You're right. They all deserve more. In any case, because that is how we changed our view of them. If we get more of them, we know more, and then we're going to think differently. Okay, so a bit more, and then we went to the second topic. Hi to the gang as well. And he says, great moment in one of the Horus Heresy books where an Iron Warriors is flashing through all the warriors in the past like reincarnation. Oh, that's interesting. I don't think I've read that part. But can we agree that Logar is the worst of all Primarchs? I can.
Yeah, and Erebus.
Well, Erebus is not the Primarch, but yeah, he's an asshole.
Yes, well, he was one of the big players that kicked off the whole shenanigans.
Exactly, he's like the worst, pretty much.
Oh, the worst.
Cannot wait for him to die. I'm pretty sure that Korax was after him as well in the lore.
Yeah, well, that should be Lehman Russ's new mandate. Get rid of the word bearers. They can go.
Yeah, really, if we have to talk about the worst Primarch, I'm always voting for Logar. But of course he also has his fans, but still, he's like a modern day activist or something. Pretty much.
Boy, yeah.
And
let's not give them any ideas.
The 40K Empress teaches fitness, health, nutrition, and helps with your intimate relationships at OnlyFans. Yes, I know what you're thinking, but she doesn't use it for Slanesh things. Go there and let her help you with what you truly need. The link is down below in the description dimension. Go on, click the link. I'd know if you didn't. I see you.